Alright, so this is a very different audio than what I normally do. Long story short, I went on a vacation, a holiday, whatever you want to call it. I went to the Gold Coast, which is a really fun place in Australia to go to. And I'm going to show you what I got up to. So, this is a, like, photo slideshow with videos. As you can see, here is me eating Red Rooster, my favourite fast food place in Australia. But it's not very popular. As you'll notice very quickly, I prepared the videos in advance to make sure I pace myself correctly. So I'm going to do my best to make sure I talk fast enough so I can get through everything. As you can see, this audio is very long, but it might work as a sleep aid. So I just came off the flight here. I'm now in the Gold Coast, and it's raining. Not the best start. I was pretty stressed actually. Like, there was so much rain all of a sudden. And I got stuck on this bus for like 2 hours. But honestly, that's the only bad part of the trip. But it was definitely an adventure to actually get to the resort, which you can see now. Well, you can't see the resort. The resort's behind this building. So you can tell I'm not really concentrating on where I'm holding my phone because I was too busy focusing on the holiday in front of me. Yes, I'm wearing winter clothes because the flight's really cold, but in Seaworld on the Gold Coast, it's 30 degrees Celsius, so that was not a good idea. I'm gonna bring a change of clothes if I ever go again. So this is Seaworld Resort. Last time I was here was 2008. So it's been quite some time. That sign's new. That wasn't there when I went last time. Actually, a lot of things weren't there. There's my room number. If you ever wanted to stay in the very Princess Lucy room. If you ever are in room 2059, please let me know. And I think that'd be a fun novelty to see who else goes in the same hotel room. So I've arrived. I threw my bags down. I quickly got changed into summer clothes, and I went straight to Seaworld. So Seaworld's right next to the resort, which is why I picked it, because I mostly went to go to Seaworld, which is a park with lots of animals and rides. So like an aquarium views of a theme park. And I haven't been here since I was like 14. So it's really crazy to be here again. Especially as myself, as in that time I medically and socially transitioned to live as a girl, so it's kind of cool to be here as myself. And these penguins here, so cute. I love them a lot. Apparently penguins can actually be polyamorous instead of monogamous. And they can be gay too, which I think is pretty cool. They don't mind who they're with as long as they can raise young together, which I think is really cute. Here's a polar bear. They're sleeping. Okay, I was a bit slow. I need to get quicker with these commentaries. There's a seagull standing on the seal stage. I hope this audio is relaxing despite me having to rush. Here's a seagull screaming. Maybe they're just really excited for the seal show. So I recorded the entire show, but I'm only going to show some parts. But basically, the show's different than when I was like 8. So now it's a cute little showcase showing all the tricks the seal knows. I think previously it was like a crime drama that like the seal was like a detective. I couldn't see why they maybe changed it. So here I am in this theme park I went to when I was really little. By myself. I traveled alone. And it was really weird being here and there's all these families around and then there's me. Just doing my own thing. I don't know why I left this much footage in of like the person talking because I muted it. There's a seal. There we go. Hello, seal. Bye, seal. It was a really cute show. If you ever go to Seaworld, please see the Seal Guardian show. I think it's the best show they have. Look at them go. Sorry if it's hard to see there. I tried to sit near the front, but I got shy, so I went in like the third row. That was my favorite trick. The seal could like do a cool stop. There was me clapping. I'm having a great time. I'm like at the verge of like happy crying this whole day because I'm having so much fun. I zoomed in earlier to try to see the seal waving. I don't think my editing's really working. I guess that's the downside of like doing the edit first and then record the voice on the most professional travel vlog that I thought that was really cute. Here's the seal jumping up. Now this part was really funny. So apparently seals can look visibly excited in their lower regions. So when they rolled over, that was visible. And the presenters are really casual about it, but all the parents were freaking out. Here a little kid tried to grab my bag. Here's me trying to make that not happen. I actually don't know why I left that footage in. Maybe I thought it was funny. The kid was really nice though. They're just curious about my bag. They're like, look at this seal. They're like a sea doggo. Apparently they're not actually closely related to dogs, but close enough. They said there's another animal that they're more closely related to. I don't remember what they said. Maybe they said otters, I don't remember. So here's the part where they're demonstrating like how they teach the animal to like showcase their body so they can get checkups without them having to like hold down the animal because that'd be really uncomfortable. So that way the animal can just get their checkups without anything intrusive. This part, if I remember correctly, because I can't hear it, because it's muted like it is to you. I think here they're explaining that seals actually have fur, even though it doesn't look like they have fur. It's just a really, really short fur. It's really hard to see it unless they're molting. I think they molt. I hope I didn't get that wrong, but generally seals look as if they're like, clear the whole way, like a solid, like, body like a dolphin, but no, they have fur, which I thought was really cute to find out. So they're even more like doggos. I think this part they're talking about how they swim. I think. You might notice people starting to shoo away the seagulls. I didn't film it, but on the left of where I am, like right next to me, 2 seagulls are like fighting. They were okay in the end, but it was a little concerning. I don't know why I'm filming at the floor. I think I got too excited. I wasn't really looking at my camera during my filming. I would just kind of film it, point it, and just focus on the holiday. So I'm sorry if the footage is a bit not good. I forgot I put that caption there. Yeah, I forgot to film it. Alright, so I didn't get picked, but a volunteer from the audience got to walk over to the seal and be friends with them. And I think this is adorable. They waved and then the seal waved back. And this part, can you tell most of this vlog is going to be the seal show because I loved it so much. I think this bit, yeah, they're dancing, but you can't hear the music because, you know, I think YouTube would not like me if I showed the music, actually. But yeah, they're doing a little dance. Look at them go. I love it. Honestly, I think the seal show is one of my favorite parts of the entire trip. So it's such a strong way to open a really nice holiday. Because I don't give myself breaks very often from making audio content and doing streaming, so it's kind of nice to just do this. Oh, I love this little boop. I hope my audio isn't out of sync. That's later me's problem. Here's a little pelican under the bridge. There's a Shark Bay area. I took a photo of Shark Bay, but I didn't actually go in Shark Bay the first day, but I did it later. This is a fairy penguin. I didn't know they were called fairy penguins, and since my username is Fairy Princess Lucy, I think it's really funny to highlight the penguins because, you know, brand synergy or something. Either way, they're really cute. And, oh, we're the next bit. No, it's more penguins. Okay. I think this was the show, like the presentation where I learned the facts that I said like a few minutes ago about penguins. But in this show, we got to see them swim around, interact, and while the little keeper talk show is going on, the penguins would get routinely fed. They actually had like a little clipboard to like determine which penguin has gotten the most like food like eaten. I will be unprofessionally drinking water during this vlog because it's a really long one. And recording this in segments will be very challenging for a very like low scale audio. But honestly, I was so heartwarmed to see the penguins go around. When I was really little, so when I was like 8, oh, sorry for the voice thing, but I remember when I was 8, I would go to Seaworld with my cousin, and because he lived nearby, and I remember like I think like Madagascar came out at the time, so like we're joking that like they secretly go off and do secret agent adventures. I don't remember if I was playing Club Penguin yet, but I always really liked penguins. There's my hand. Hand reveal. Unfortunately, some of my nails chip over the course of this holiday. You'll probably start to notice. Hopefully they grow back soon. Yeah, that's the penguins. I gave myself a lot of time to talk about the penguins, didn't I? A fact about the penguin that I remember being taught. Yes, sir. Because they have the black feathers on top of their bodies, when you're in the deep water, it's to camouflage them, so the predators can't see them. And this little one here is not a penguin, as you might be able to see. I think they were called like the blue booby or something. There were some kids that giggled when they said that, but anyway, this little bird here only has one wing because when they're found and saved, they only had one wing. I thought they were really friendly. So here we are. the dolphin show. I think the dolphins are really cute. I should have recorded these at a higher quality. It's really hard to like really see how pretty this show was. Like I was in the back row for this show and I was like tearing up in happiness. It was like so cute. I don't know why, I think like it just warmed my heart so much. I was in disbelief actually. But it's just really cool just how they can move and how they can like train them to move. Like how do you even ask a dolphin to do that? to backwards slide while facing upwards, like it's really impressive to see what they can do. I think the show is just really pretty. I don't have as much to say as I thought I would, but I can't exaggerate enough just how happy I felt in this moment. I hope I got it on film, but I have this part where, there it is, a person just riding on a dolphin, like, that's cool. You see the little jumps so they go upside down? I wonder if that's scary for them. Or maybe it's not. Because I guess landing in the water backwards is not too much of an issue. So this show here was less focused on education and more about like how cool dolphins are, basically. By showing the cool tricks. I think this is the most popular show they have because the stadium was like packed. There's so many people. Oh, look at them go. I always wonder how cold the water would be for the presenters, because they do these shows during winter too, so that must be intense. Because, oh, there they go. Oh, this thing is so cool. Oh, there's gonna be so many instances of me making weird sounds in this audio. Because I need the audio to sync up with the video, so I can't like pause. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I was so engaged at this point. You can see my camera like moving away, which means I'm not looking at my phone at all. It's actually a miracle that there's any footage. We can actually see the animals because I was not focused on filming. I think during this show in particular, I forgot that I was filming. Look at them spin. I think it's so cool. I do a little splash. They also have these programs so you can like pay for where you can like hug a dolphin like privately in like a group of 10, hang out with a dolphin, learn how to get them to wave at you. It seems really fun. I didn't get to do it, but I'll probably do it next year or the year after. I have no idea when I'm going again. But I know at some stage I probably will. Just gotta make sure I don't make it obvious when I go because, you know, privacy. I can't get over like the jet ski style dolphin like riding. Like that doesn't look like it should work, but it does. I still don't know how they did it actually. Are they on top of the dolphin or are they like sitting on the fin? Are they I really don't know. Here's me waving at the dolphins and not recording the dolphins. Sorry. They don't get to see. Okay, now you can see. Look at them. They're so cute. Little splash, splash. Aww. They hug the dolphin. Yeah, no, I was like crying so hard, like so happily. The entire show. It was why like a presenter looked over at me and was like, "Is she okay?" So here's the part. Well, I don't know if it's the part. I know I took a photo of the sea jellies picture, but I don't know if this is the part where I go into the sea jellies. Oh, this is me eating a wrap. So they had this like stunt show towards the end of the day of people doing like tricks and like jet skis and stuff. That kind of had a really, really cheesy storyline about like gang territory or something. It was admittingly a bit dude bro for me. So I didn't watch the whole thing, but well, I'm sure other people like it, you know? Here's some penguins. We have this little underwater area so you can actually see them swim. This is a completely different area, but they also have penguins here. So cute. And I think this is the part where I go to like the next floor. No, not yet. Very professional. So this is a really cute thing. You can like press little buttons of each penguin on the wall and you can learn a bit about them. I was the only one in this room at the time because everyone was watching the stunt show. That's kind of fun later on, seeing like kids just mash the buttons. If those were there when I was 8, I would have 100% be doing that too. Here's a little wall. I have a childhood photo where I like, oh, look at that seal. I have a childhood photo of like taking a photo in front of that wall. So I did a little recreation. I can't show it, obviously, but you know. So now we're up to the sea jellies. Like the little, wait, what's the word? Tentacles? Yeah, are so long and it's like stringy. I thought that really fascinating. This part was so cool. So they literally put pieces of plastic in a tank and pretended they were jellyfish just to demonstrate how easy it is for sea turtles to mistake plastic as jellyfish, which is their favorite food. So just to remember to be environmentally like conscious because it's really easy to eat plastic apparently. So this is a little stingray plushie that I bought. I named them Flappy because they have cute little wings. I was so happy to buy this. I literally had to. I swear I have like every aquatic animal as a plushie at this point. Excessive? Maybe. That makes me happy, so well. And it appears that I am heading back to the hotel. This little area is the food court. Well, like, kind of a food court. There's like 2 shops, but they also had carnival games to like win plushies, but I was already holding a really big plushie, so I didn't get to try them, but they look pretty fun. Like, honestly, walking through these little roads in Seaworld is so surreal. Like, a place that I associated so strongly with childhood, and there's me just going there as myself. I get to finally be a girl publicly, and I can create new memories in places where I didn't get to be myself in the past. And honestly, that's probably my favorite part of this trip. Creating new memories as myself while still being true to who I was. An optimistic kid that loved these kind of parks. And it's just so cool to be back. But as myself this time, it's so cool. Like, when I was walking through here, I had so many thoughts rushing through my head. It's that moment where I'm like, I did it. I made it. I can do all these things that I want to do. And I get to do it as myself, and that makes me the happiest girl in the world, honestly. Look at him. Look at the little plushie. I love this little stingray plushie. And when I went here in 2008 or 7, I went a few times when I was little. I got these dolphin plushies. I still have them. And I love them so much. So it's kind of cool to get more plushies from the same place. So here's me returning from the first day at Seaworld. I was kind of shaken from my flight, but it didn't stop me from having fun at Seaworld. Here's some food at the breakfast buffet. It was so yummy. That ice cream was pretty good too. And yeah, I had 2 plates. I don't have anyone traveling with me. Here's a little Pikachu towel, because I got to go swimming. I always enjoyed water parks, but obviously as a trans girl, as a little kid, I was kind of limited because I didn't like the swim clothes I had to wear. So I felt like I didn't make the most of those moments where I could go swimming and go down water slides and all sorts of fun stuff, you know? So it's really empowering to be able to have the fun that I couldn't in the past. Like, I went swimming more times this week than any week ever. And it was so fun. Like, don't underestimate how fun swimming can be when you get to be yourself. There were a couple of parents kind of with their kids at the pool, but I got to make my own space and just swim around. I noticed really quickly no one was staring at me the entire time. I just was there. I didn't have to worry about anything because I was just a person, just being there. No one said anything mean. No one. I understand the privilege of most, probably vast majority of people not knowing I'm trans and they meet me because of how I look, but either way, it was really nice to just not have to think too much about the fact that I'm trans, but I got to just be a girl, go in the pool and have fun. And that was heartwarming, empowering, and I'm really proud of myself because I was pretty scared to go in the pool. I worried my swimsuit would look weird or someone would be mean, but that didn't happen. I got to just go swimming. It was so fun. I'm sorry that the picture is not changing. You'll notice this quickly, but any part of the trip where I go swimming, I obviously can't take photos because I'm swimming. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. The pool actually had this really cool waterfall kind of thing you could sit under. and had the water like splash next to you. It was so cool. Here is the 2 plushies that I bought because I have no self-restraint. We have Boopy the polar bear and Flappy the stingray. I've always been quite the plushie enjoyer. I really love stuffed animals so much. They really warm my heart when I sleep. I find it kind of hard to sleep without them, so it made my trip a bit easier because, I'll be honest, I didn't sleep well during this trip because I was just always up doing things. I probably should have slept more. Oh well. Here's the view. Here is this cute little SpongeBob water play area. I thought this is adorable. That wasn't there when I last stayed here. I wonder when they added it, but I sadly didn't get to play in this area. Like, it was never like open for some reason. So, welcome to day 2. Well, the swim was okay, it's already day 2. You can tell how organized I am. Today we're going to the beach. Actually, wait, no, now it's day 2. The other thing was, the swim was at night. I think, yeah. So here's me walking to the beach. At the very least, right now it's day 2. I went swimming so many times, I'm actually unsure where in the timeline. If I remember correctly, I went to the beach and then I swam, so yeah. I think I'm trying to get a close-up shot of that little bug there. They're very cute. Here I go walking and not pointing the camera properly because I'm taking in the surroundings. I did try to get a video of that bird there. I thought that very cute. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Also, since this audio is pretty long, if you happen to be awake, be sure to have some water, since it's been a bit. There's a little bush turkey, just chilling, doing their thing. I love that for them. And here we are, at the beach. Right here. I had to go to beaches a lot when I was really little. Because, Australia, so like everyone invites you to a beach, but I never really enjoyed it until now, actually. It was, I don't know, it's just more fun when I got to wear what I wanted, I guess. I even made a sandcastle. And honestly, I feel the sandcastle is pretty good. A pretty cinematic angle. So, this video was taken at 6 a.m. I was at the beach pretty early because I wanted to get out there and do things. And this sandcastle I spent like an hour doing. By the time I finished, it was like 7 a.m. There's my little Pika towel, my bag, and my sandcastle. I'm so proud of that sandcastle. I highly doubt that it's still there. Someone probably knocked it over, but oh well, I got the photos. You can see the little stick that the bird just stood over that I used to make the sandcastle. But I had to keep dropping the stick because I was like, what if they think I'm being dangerous with a stick? Anyway, stay hydrated. You are cool and valid. I chose not to write my actual audio catchphrase in the sand. Just a modified one, just for safety, just in case someone found it. You got to see a really fast preview of my swimsuit just then. It went really fast, but you can go back and see it if you'd like. I love that swimsuit so much. So you just saw me have breakfast, have a cute swimsuit, go swimming again, which you didn't get to see on film. And now we're at Seaworld for day 2. So day 2 is really interesting at Seaworld because I didn't realize, sorry for the cough, I didn't realize how many places I missed last time. There were so many cute exhibits, and fish, and sharks, and turtles. This part felt almost hidden, I'm gonna be honest. I was actually really surprised to find it. It was so cute. It was a little busier on this day because I think it was Valentine's Day on this day. It sounds right to me. Yeah, I think it was Valentine's Day. So there were a lot of couples walking around, but overall not too many people, surprisingly. Look at the sharker. I love him. So cute. We got little fish going around. So here we have the bear with us sign. I thought the pun was adorable. It's right in front of the polar bear enclosure. So I thought it was perfect placement. Here is the polar bear sleeping. They're very friendly. And here you can see a really far away view of Seaworld's new ride, the Leviathan. I was too scared to go on it. Though I've never seen a roller coaster made purely out of wood. That's just not a thing I've ever seen. I don't know how safe that is, but I'm sure it's safe if they're allowed to do it. Alright, next up we have another picture where you can see some of the other rides I was also too scared to go on. That really tall tower is like one of those giant swing kind of things. Here we are in the Nickelodeon merch store at TM. I love the little SpongeBob Patrick and Gary. I was really close to buying one, but I already bought the polar bear plushie and the manta ray plushie, so I had to have restraint. So this little friend is a walrus statue that's been here since like the 80s, apparently, when the park opened up. I had no idea this place existed in the 80s, as, you know, I didn't exist. I was born in 1999, so I didn't have like a frame of reference to how long these kind of parks were near each other. So it's kind of cool to see that history, I guess. And the walrus in 2021 got painted like pure gold to commemorate a 50-year anniversary for the park, which was really cool. I was actually really surprised to see the walrus was gold. Before they were just, you know, the colors of a walrus. I would take lots of photos when little, sitting next to the walrus. It was a bit busy at that time, so I didn't get a photo like of myself. So here we have the seal area. A seal just jumped over the other one. I thought that was cool. Here they are practicing their little techniques like waving and doing all sorts of things. If I remember correctly, I was squished next to a bunch of people while watching. Here is some fancy food. This is the smallest burger I've ever eaten. Not to say it was bad, it was like fine, but I was actually kind of shocked how small it was. Like the picture doesn't do it justice. It was really tiny. But that said, I couldn't finish the chips for some reason. Maybe because the breakfast buffet was very full on, but either way, I enjoyed this meal a lot. and I kind of needed it. My feet were kind of tired at this point. I made the mistake of going to theme parks in like Doc Martens shoes instead of sneakers. So as a result, my feet were getting a lot of blisters that week. Lesson learned. But it was still fun to walk around. And I felt cute. So honestly, I think that's okay. So here's a seagull trying to steal my chips. I had to like close the box just so they wouldn't steal the chips. A staff member actually walked over and like checked in on me to make sure I was okay. Oh, it's the same footage looped again. I don't know why past me did that. I won't lie. But it'll hopefully not play again. Okay, cool. This is the Jellyfest area with all the SpongeBob rides. Sadly, the boating ride was closed, but it didn't matter because I got to hug Patrick, Squidward, and SpongeBob. This is my favorite part of the entire trip. Easy. They were so friendly, and Patrick like gestured a hug as I ran up to them. Someone really kind took a photo of me with them. I know my hair is like a mess because it was like wet a few minutes ago or like hours ago. But anyway, I don't think most people's hair looks good when they're walking around all day. But I was just so happy. There was Squidward and Patrick and SpongeBob. And the Patrick like did like blowing kisses motions. I thought that was really funny. But the Squidward was pretty in character though, pretty hesitant to do the hug, but we're happy to do it in the end. But don't worry, SpongeBob gets to be involved in the fun too. Now, this photo makes it look like I'm being air hugged by SpongeBob. Let me set the record straight. SpongeBob did in fact give me a full hug. The photo was just poorly timed. That said, the staff that took the photo was so nice. I was so happy about it. I was kind of nervous being the only like solo traveler adult in the line to get a photo with SpongeBob, but I'm glad I did it because I think it was such a magical part of the trip. I can't show all the photos because, you know, I can't show the part where I turn around. That'd be not a good idea. So let me just say that I had a wonderful time. And it was kind of healing for me because all the photos I have with SpongeBob, I was presenting as a boy, as a little kid, because I had to. But now I have a photo of SpongeBob as a girl. And that's magical, honestly. Okay, next up. Actually, wait, does that water bottle sound too loud? I hope it doesn't. But here's a polar bear. They were awake this time. I actually got a pretty good view because it actually started storming like really suddenly, like a thunderstorm. It was raining. Everyone started to leave. But I paid for a really special animal adventure, they call it, to get a photo of me hugging a seal. So I was determined to make sure I stayed around in case it wasn't cancelled. Sadly, it was cancelled and I didn't get to do it, which I'm pretty upset about, but the staff were nice about it and they gave me a voucher so I can do it another time in the future. So I'm going to get that seal photo. Is this the same footage again? Why do I keep doing this? I think it's different. I think I just didn't know how long it would take for me to narrate over certain sections. I'm not the most professional, am I? But I enjoyed my holidays, so suppose it's okay. So, you hydrating today? Cool. We just gotta wait for this part to finish. I'm very professional. I looped it again. Well, I guess I can add on that while waiting for the seal thing, before I got cancelled, I was talking to a couple of families that were sitting waiting, hoping that I could do the seal thing. And I remembered I told one of them, like, yeah, I booked this like 3 months ago, and everyone was shocked because they did it like yesterday or something. I did make like a friend while waiting, but I saw them at another theme park. I was sleeping again. Of course it is. But I made a friend at the waiting area, and I saw them again in another theme park that you're going to see towards the end of this video. Though you may be wondering, if you bought a pass to go to 3 theme parks, why haven't you been to the other ones 50 minutes into a 1-hour video? The thing is, I think I put most of my energy into Seaworld because it was the one I wanted to go to the most. You'll see in the later part of it, but I only really spent 1 day. I said another loop. That's another loop. That's the last loop, right? Okay, I think that's the last loop. I'm sorry. So how my editing program works is I can't like drag the entire project back. I have to do it one by one, which would take me like an hour. So we're nearly there. The video's just rubbing it in that I didn't get to hug a seal. But next time I will hug a seal. I believe. It's my dream, as of that day, to hug a seal. There's some of my plushies chilling on the bed. We got Boopy the bear and Flappy the stingray. They're friends. Oh, that's the coolest transition I've ever done. The pizza was really good. So this is like a little arcade game based on SpongeBob. It's like a whack-a-mole thing, but there wasn't like the hammer thing there. So using my hands, it didn't like register at all. So I had trouble actually getting points while doing this, which is kind of odd. I couldn't get any points. And SpongeBob was like, you can do better than that. It was kind of funny. Anyway, after heading home from dinner, here's a photo of Boopy. I went out to do another swim. But I couldn't record that, obviously. So welcome to day 3. Here's my buffet breakfast, as usual. Here's me on a bus. So I think I mentioned I really don't like public transport. So I got like a fancy shuttle bus, so I didn't have to be in like stand up on a bus. It just worked out better for me. The bus ride is really convenient. If you're going, I highly recommend taking a shuttle bus. So here we are, theme park number 2. So this one's called Movie World. So this one's like owned by Warner Brothers. So they have a lot of characters from Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, that kind of thing. But most of the park is like DC stuff. So lots of superheroes. I'm not as into DC, so that area didn't really interest me, but I really like Looney Tunes, so I was excited. We had this cool Main Street kind of area. It was particularly fancy. Yeah, there's some of the DC characters. When I was little and I went here, they used to not have Wonder Woman or Supergirl, but I'm glad they added them. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so this is the Roadrunner ride. And this is... Sorry about that. I'll try to make that quieter. But, this is a kids roller coaster that I love. I went on it during this trip for the nostalgia. It's not very big, so it's perfect for me because I get scared really easily. So luckily, I got to give it a go. When I go to this park in the past, the whole day would just be that roller coaster over and over. There was a bench with Bugs Bunny feet. I thought it was funny. Here is a Shaggy plushie. Here is a Daffy plushie. This is like a Scooby-Doo Cluedo box, and I thought that was a cute little crossover. But, you know, it was time to head to this theme park next to Movie World. Wet n Wild. This is my most hyped part of the trip. So, Wet n Wild is like a pretty regular water park kind of thing. And I went here a lot when I was little, but because I could not wear an affirming swimsuit, I didn't get to like really experience it to the fullest. But this time I was in a cute swimsuit. I was truly just a girl in a water park. I think it's the most regular girl I've ever felt. And this slide in particular was so fun. They have the option for a closed tube or an open tube. I always did the open tube. I found the closed one kind of scary. But I love that slide. So when I arrived, it was literally storming and raining. And I thought I wouldn't enjoy it because of that. But honestly, it was amazing. It was so good. The rain actually added to it. Like the water was already heated, so it wasn't really a problem. It was cold. And there wasn't any lines, so I went on this cute little water slide like 10 times or something. It's just a really fun water slide, and I was having a blast, honestly. So here's the H2O splash zone, which is like a little kiddie area with like lots of little buckets and little water gun spray things. I had fun running in there. I knew it was made for younger kids, but I don't know, there wasn't too many people, so I just had some fun with it. There was this one kid that kept attacking me with like the big water gun. So that didn't work out, but I had fun. And the rain was like hitting like the little roof section you see here in such a way that it sounded so perfect. It was like such an IRL ASMR experience. And for that, the park was so fun. I can't exaggerate enough just how just happy I felt throughout the entire time at this specific section. It was just nice. I felt like any other girl, just running around, going on my funny little water slides. And everyone was really nice, actually. Everyone was just having fun. And there was some stuff stressing me out the past few weeks, but in this moment it kind of went away for a bit. And for that, I'll never forget that sense of joy and happiness that I felt in this little water park. I know it's cheesy, but I think it's those moments you feel like really energized and alive that are so important to being yourself. To know that you too are allowed to just go out and have fun, because it's there for everyone. And I just, beyond words that I could ever explain, I just felt good. I get the impression that no one there knew I was trans, but I was just kind of there as a girl. I was riding these slides that I'm so nostalgic for, but without any dysphoria in the memory, which made this theme park go from my least favorite to probably my favorite. Maybe other than Seaworld itself, but. So next up, we have a wave pool. And let me tell you, it was raining so hard. It was like literally like storm rain. It was literally lightning like in the faraway skies. But nothing will ever give me the same feeling of surrealism as running over to this pool, it being nearly empty, me gliding in the waves, it raining, and then on a giant screen playing a video at the wave pool was a random BTS music video. It was just really surreal. As you might have noticed, these are not my photos for Wet n Wild because, I'm running around a water park. I'm not going to have my phone on me. So, as a result, I was just kind of thought I'd just use some photos from Google so you at least can see where I went. Though this photo might be a bit old because there was a giant TV screen at the front of the water where the Wet n Wild logo is. It's apparently sponsored by Coca-Cola. There you go. It was just such a nice wave pool. I can't describe with words just how good I felt. I just nothing felt wrong or bad. I didn't have to worry about anything really. I just got to go play and have fun. And the way the rain hit the water was honestly the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I can't fully express that in words, but it really, really stuck with me. And always will. It was just a fun, delightful experience that if I never got the privilege to be able to transition when I did, I know I would have skipped this park if I went here as a boy. I knew I would have skipped a lot of parts of this trip if I wasn't comfortable with my body. So, on my heart, I'm just so thankful I get to one, be myself, and two, not have to hold back when I want to go do things. To never have to hide. To just exist. And to have fun. Do all these things. This experience will stick with me more than I expected it to. If I knew I was going to have this much fun going, I think I would have made my little holiday an extra day longer because, well, this is the last day of the trip other than the day I go home. I spent probably 4 or 5 hours just running around this water park. My legs were dying by the end of it, but I didn't care. I was just happy to be there. The stress of everything was gone. Washed away, I guess. So, the memory will stick with me forever. Even if I can never show videos of the experience I had because, well, I didn't have a phone on me for 5 hours. Which might be the longest time I've ever been without a phone, come to think of it. And because of the nature of needing to stay safe and that kind of thing, I wonder if I'll ever have that kind of thing again. To just be completely switched off from the internet for a few hours and just to enthusiastically run around a theme park as if I'm an 8-year-old. But unlike when I was 8, I got to truly enjoy it. So now there's actually a photo that I actually took. So when I got back, I had a buffet dinner. I have no idea how I didn't put on weight during this trip, but somehow I did. Well, did not put on weight, you know what I mean. The chips are so nice, and the garlic bread was nice. The pasta was great. I loved how my food had no synergy, but it was that's what made it beautiful. That I could just eat anything. It was chaotic. I love it. I'm noticing that I'm making the photos go way longer in the edit. I wonder why I'm doing that. Maybe I got impatient while setting up the video. I did edit it the day I got back, so I was probably just tired. So I guess now's the part where I can mention that I went to a massage place actually straight after this meal. And the craziest part about the massage is I didn't know that you're meant to be naked in a massage. So I walk in, I go for my massage, and then the massager, is that the word? She goes, "Okay, take off your clothes and I will come back." And as I've mentioned, I'm transgender. So I was a bit worried. But I didn't want to make it weird by saying something, so I got the clothes off, I got to keep my underwear on, and I sat on my stomach as instructed for the massage, and it went okay. It was a fun massage, and I'm kind of glad I could just do that. Okay, I tried doing a funny transition there in the video I see. So here's the breakfast the last day before I head home. I was feeling all sorts of emotions that day. At this point, the adrenaline was wearing off, and I was really processing that I was about to go home. But I knew I had a couple of hours before my bus arrived. So, I went to Seaworld again for a third time. Because, honestly, I don't know when I'll get to do this again. And it's so fun that I had to at least try to fit in some more. I fit in a nice swim in the morning. I used the fancy spa. And here I am at Seaworld once again. I don't know how long it will be till I get to go back, but walking through today felt different. And I'm not just saying that for dramatic effect. I don't know, it was different. I would have taken a video of the penguins, but for some reason the glass reflected in such a way that made it like flicker, like a red light. And I didn't want any like uncomfortable flashing lights to be in the video. But here's me walking around. I had like a lap around to see all the animals again. I also found this area that I completely missed, where the dolphins just hang out. I don't know if this area is new, but I had no idea this was an area. But I'm glad I found it. It was cool. Here I am back at the seal place, yep. And they're moving around today. Probably because there's less people. I'm actually unsure why there's less people today. Maybe because it was early, but who knows. I may not have gone to hug a seal, but I got really close to one. They're right there over the fence. Just sunbaking. And I think seals are so cute. They're cute little sea doggos. I love them. I'm glad I got to see them up close. Made me happy. So here we have the dolphin. I tried to wave to the dolphin, but it didn't work. The dolphin's like staring at me like, you for real? I'm just trying to relax. Well, I tried, I suppose, but they did look really wonderful there. So, I think this is the part where I leave, yeah. Yeah. So that's the holiday. I had this milkshake at the airport. On the way there were actually a bunch of camera crew filming some news segment nearby. I don't know what it was about, but I was having my milkshake and I couldn't believe it was over. Not to be too dramatic, but I think it truly was the best holiday I've ever had. And I organized it on a whim. I just, at the start of the year, went, yeah, I'll do that. And it really makes you think that now that I have my own money, I can just do that. I can make those opportunities happen. It may not happen often, but this holiday taught me that in the future I'll get to do stuff like this again. That kind of stuff doesn't end the second you turn 18 and your family stops going to places. It doesn't change. Just the way you do it does. The holiday taught me to be confident and brave in who I was, that I was a girl and deserve to be in these parks just as much as anyone else. I paid for it, I can do it. It told me that money can't buy happiness, but it can lead to opportunities when you aren't afraid to use it. I understand the privilege that I could even afford this, but I'm just really thankful I got to have this experience, and I'm gonna cherish it forever. But now that I'm back, I guess I gotta give everything I got. Live to the fullest and do my best to be myself and do all the things I want to do, even if they feel scary. So that's where it ends. Thank you so much if you've listened the whole way through. If you fell asleep, I hope you had a wonderful sleep, but I know this is a very different kind of audio. I understand it had mistakes, it had mic bumps, it had the sounds of my water bottle. But as unprofessional as it was, due to the limitations of my editing program, thank you so much for watching. I know it sounds crazy, but filming all this, I am glad I did. If I didn't decide to make a video, I wonder if I would have captured these moments as much. And I'm proud that I focused on the holiday and just let my phone just kind of film it and not really look at my phone much. It made it hard to edit and trim down all like the parts I forget I'm filming. But with all my heart, thank you for coming along this cute little holiday with me. Stay hydrated and know that you are valid.